Hi, welcome back. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a great day today. It's 1 p.m. Friday. We'll be seeing you soon. So while we give everybody a little bit of time to come aboard, we're going to start back with bringing yoga into our daily lives. There's the 5 Yamas that I've been talking about this week. We have Ahimsa, number 1, for nonviolence. Number 2, Satya, that's for virtue and truthfulness, which we did on Wednesday. And today we're doing number 3, Asteya, which is non-stealing, finding balance between giving and receiving. Trying to keep in check our desires and cravings for artificial wants and needs. The need to steal arises from the lack of faith in ourselves to be able to create what we need by ourselves. The sense of lack in life, desire, want, and greed arises. We begin to look for something to fill that empty space sensation within us. And often we feel as though everyone else has what we want. So that is bringing our 5 Yamas into our yoga practice as well as our daily practice. So while we give people a few more minutes, I might have spoke a little fast. Let's come back to Asteya, the non-stealing. How we can practice this in everyday life. We can practice by being content with all that we have. Rejoice in the way things are right now. When we realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to us. This is the true spirit of Asteya, bringing in the sense of abundance and plentitude. Finding balance between giving and receiving, just as our breath moves in and out. All right, we still have a few more minutes. So we're going to practice giving and receiving. I'm going to come back to the chair as I give a few more moments here. And as we have a few minutes, maybe we're grabbing paper, pen, or pencil, that if we have any ideas during our meditation time, that we might just take a moment, write them down so we can let those ideas go, so that we can move into our meditation with a clear mind. And starting to find, if you need or would like, remember we have belts, towels, anything can improvise, something that lengthens your stance or lengthens where you need it. We can use a ball, we can use a block. And remember, we could always use a paper plate for some of these exercises. All right, 1 more minute. Make sure that we're nice and comfortable, that we have a safe place to be sitting. So as we sit and wait, get comfortable in the chair. Make sure that we are further forward instead of so far back. You could be about 1 inch or 2 from the back part of your seat. You just want to make sure that you're using our postural muscles, drawing in and lifting up through the crown of the head. So we're not relying on the back of the chair to carry our weight or for us to reduce our muscles here. So we're drawing inward, we're lifting up, we're getting grounded here. Knees align with our hips. Knees also align with our ankles, and our toes point straight forward. Let's go ahead and find the breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Even shutting the eyes for a moment as we come inward with the breath. Inhale, feeling that belly expand. And exhale, draw in. Again, let's inhale. Even bring the hands maybe to the sides of the rib cage, feeling that expansion. And exhale, we draw and we contract into center. Again, inhale. This is full belly breath here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, contract. Go and release the hands, palms face up. Let's bring one hand over the low abs, the sacral, the low dantian, and the other hand over the heart center chakra. And we're just gonna breathe here now. You can still feel the expansion and the release and draw in. Now on our next breath, we're gonna bring the sound yum in for opening up the heart today as we move into our giving and receiving through the heart. So let's go ahead and inhale to yum. Yum. Inhale to yum. Yum. Inhale to yum. Yum. Now just take a few moments to breathe here, connecting our low dantian to our mid dantian, so sacral to heart. And just noticing the difference in the body and how you feel and that vibration that you created within the body. Even let it bring a smile to the face. Let's exhale, bring our hands to the lap, release the head to one side. Let's go ahead and take that same hand that the head is leaning to and just bring a gentle pressure here. Feeling the length all the way through the side of the neck as the shoulder relaxes. One more deep breath. And let's exhale. Start to release chin, looking down. So you're still to the side, but we're looking down now. And a couple of breaths, just looking down, maybe towards our side, towards the arm. And we're going to gently just bring that back up to center. So coming back to neutral, lengthen through the neck, roll those shoulders back, tight core, stabilize the legs, and let's start to release the head to the other side. Now, the head is bent to that side, bring up that same arm, and just gentle pressure on the head to help open up the side of our neck. You can also bring the opposite hand to the shoulder and help draw down by drawing the elbow towards the rib cage. Or you can just release that hand on the lap. Finding our breath, let's inhale one more time through the nose. And let's exhale, just release the hand. And we're just gonna take our gaze and just bring it down towards the floor, towards our arm, towards looking down. One more breath here. And let's exhale, draw that chin down into the chest slowly until we come to center. Bring the arms all the way to the side. And in fact, while the chin is centered, let's go ahead and bring palms forward and start to draw back as if we're moving into our airplane arms. And then release to the sides. Let's inhale, bring the gaze up, bring the arms up and over. And exhale, bring that all the way back down and away. Slowly relaxing, letting the arms float down to our sides. Let's inhale, palms up, lengthen up. Choose to either bring the head up or keep the gaze stable, neutral. Let's exhale and start to bring chin into chest. As we bring the arms slowly floating down to our sides, start to stretch through the fingertips, roll those shoulders back, squeeze the scapulas and draw down towards the earth. Let's inhale and start to lengthen back up, bringing the gaze up or to neutral, just stretching all the way up. And let's exhale, release. And as we exhale, release, just bring the gaze forward, palms forward. Inhale, roll those shoulders back. Squeeze the scapulas back and down. And as we do, stretch down through the fingertips. Keep those abs tight. Hinge at our hips. As we draw the heart forward, coming right into our airplane, draw those fingers back. Palms face the floor. Go ahead and release one hand down to the knee. The other hand sweeps down by our side and inhale straight forward from the shoulder joint. And let's exhale, bring that hand to the knee. Bring the opposite hand down and start to lengthen forward. Let's go ahead and release that. We're gonna press all the way up through the palms, all the way back up into our sitting position. Option to bring a block or ball between the legs, engaging our inner thighs, pressing down to the soles of the feet. Let's inhale, bring one arm up. Really stretch up, tighten those abs. Other hand can come to the hip or it can come to the lap. Let's exhale and release and lengthen over with that arm. Stretching through our side body. Inhale, lengthen up. Keep lengthening and stretching as we tighten that core. Exhale, bring it back over to the side, lateral flexion. Inhale, lengthen up. And let's exhale, release. Opposite side, inhale. Stretching up, exhale. Inhale, let's lengthen back up through the body, grounded feet, grounded glutes. Exhale. Stretching over to the side. Inhale, lengthening back up. And let's exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, release. Let's bring palms face forward. Keep length through the body. Inner thighs are squeezed at that option and draw the arms back. Palms may start to face the floor and fingers might stretch back. Let's go ahead and bring them back forward or back, aligning with the shoulders. As we do, let's start to bend at the elbows, bring palms face up, stretch the fingers out to the side, and draw those elbows in towards the rib cage. Feel the shoulders roll back as they squeeze towards the midline. Nice deep breaths here. Let's go ahead and inhale and lengthen all the way up. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. We are going to move our staff pose, dynamic tension throughout the body. So roll those shoulders back, squeeze scapulas, draw the hands down, hang on to the bottom of the chair, squeeze. So arms squeeze, pulling down, our abs squeeze, pulling up, and our legs are going to extend forward and the toes point upward. We're squeezing those inner thighs as well as we find the breath in and out of the nose. Let's exhale, release that. As we release that, hands can come to lap or they can stay by the side. We're no longer squeezing down. We're still squeezing upwards with those abs. Let's bring one leg forward, toes up, bring it down. Stay with your breath, maybe inhaling as we lengthen and exhaling as we release. It's okay if you have the opposite breath. Maybe we're exhaling, drawing up, and inhaling as we release. So free breath here as we just move through the legs. Keeping dorsiflexion, toes towards the ceiling as we extend through the knee and bringing it back down, keeping motion here. Nice and slow, inhaling and exhaling. So keeping the core tight as we still move through these legs. Now let's go ahead and rest the feet for a moment. Arms are still lengthening. Let's extend both legs out. And this time we're rotating through the feet. So if we don't have a brick or ball that we're engaging those inner thighs, we're just rotating hip width distance apart. And we're just using one direction here as we move through the ankles. Let's go ahead and release that. Remember which direction we moved. Inhale, let's bring the arms up and over. And exhale, interlace the fingers, draw chin into chest, release elbows forward down. Remember, we have strong abs, lengthened, stacked vertebrae. We're only hinging through the neck here. One more breath. Releasing that, bringing the hands back down to our sides, neutral gaze forward. Now let's go ahead and inhale, bring those legs back up. In whatever direction we're moving, let's move the opposite direction now. Rotating through the ankles, sitting tall, roll those shoulders back. Let's find the breath in and out of the nose. And let's exhale, release those feet. If you did have that block or ball between the legs, we can release it now. Let's bring ourselves all the way back, a little bit further into the chair, not necessarily leaning all the way back, but just further back so we have more stability sitting tall. And we're gonna bring up one leg, ankle right above the knee. Let's go ahead and take a nice deep breath and just sit tall. Let a few moments pass as we breathe through this and start to allow that side to open up. Allow the hip to open up. Try to even the weight between the hips. So if you feel one glute bone really grounding and the other one a little bit soft, let's go ahead and gently just rock left and right for a moment as we adjust here to this posture. Nice deep breaths, lengthening through the spine. Let's go ahead and take either a belt, remember you could belt or towel around that leg so we can sit tall, or just the hands. We're gonna exhale to our midsection towards the chest, and then we're going to inhale and release. Keep a hold, exhale, draw it in towards our midsection, and exhale, release. Inhale, release, Let's exhale, draw it back towards center. And inhale, release. And exhale, drawing it towards us. And inhale, release. As we release, let's go ahead and use that hand to protect the knees. We come to the ball of the foot. We're rotating through the foot now. And we're just using the hand on the ball of the foot. And then rotate the opposite direction. Let's go ahead and dorsiflex the toes. Bring hand to ankle or hand to the foot. Keep the other hand on the knee. Let's roll the shoulders back, sit tall, tighten those abs. And we're going to exhale, hinge at the hips and draw the heart forward. Nice deep breaths. Our only concern here is our breath and length through the back. So inhale, feeling the expansion breath. And exhale, feeling that release as the heart releases towards the leg. Inhale, expanding. And exhale. Focusing on the breath, inhale, expand. And exhale, allow yourself to sink. We have 2 more breaths here. Inhale, expand. And exhale, releasing. Last breath, inhale, expand. And exhale, release the breath. Now gently start to bring ourselves back up, still flat back. And we're going to take that opposite hand to the knee. Keep length here in the torso. The other hand just comes below you, behind you. And we're just going to gently twist to our side. Remember, the option is you can keep the gaze forward. You can bring the gaze to the side or behind us. Coming back into that breath. Let's exhale, releasing ourselves forward. We're going to gently release that leg. And as we release that leg, let's come forward on the chair. Let's extend through that leg. The same leg we just released, it was across our lap, is now extending. And the opposite leg, we're finding stability, ankle-knee alignment. We're drawing the toes up from the leg extension, and now we're pressing down into the floor of the full foot, down into plantar flexion. Inhale. Dorsiflexion, exhale, plantar flexion. Inhale, dorsiflex. Exhale, plantar flex. Inhale, dorsiflex. And this time, let's exhale, lift that leg. Bend the knee as we inhale. Exhale, start to lengthen back out. Inhale. Bending the knee, exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend the knee. Take the hand, grab underneath the leg. Exhale, let's open out to the side. Our foot is still hovering above the floor. Take another breath here. And let's exhale, bring it all the way back in. Let the foot come down and either grab the belt or interlace your fingers. And we're going to draw that knee up towards us. Interlace fingers or a belt around that leg underneath the knee. Sit tall and let's exhale, bring knee into chest. Then let's inhale, lengthen back out. And exhale, bring the knee into chest. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, knee to chest. Let's inhale and release that. Keeping that leg stable, we're just going to move right on to the next leg. Let's go ahead and pick up the leg with the hand and its own strength and bring it out to the side, stretching, lengthen tall here. Ground with that opposite leg and come into the breath. One more breath here. And let's exhale, bring it back to center. As we bring it back to center, we're going to keep that leg slightly lifted. And we're going to extend out. You can bring the other hand on top or you can bring the other hand still underneath. And let's go ahead and bend the knee. Keeping that foot lifted, inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, release that leg all the way down. Heel comes to the ground, length through the leg, toes point up. Take a nice deep breath, roll those shoulders back, tight abs, finding comfort and stability here. We're gonna exhale and press the foot down into the floor for plantar flexion. Let's inhale and lift the toes up. Back with the breath, exhale, pressing down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, press down. Inhale, lift the toes. And exhale, let's lift that leg. One more breath. And let's exhale, release that leg. Remember, we're going to come back a little bit closer to the back of the chair. We're still not using the support of the back of the chair. We're lifting tall. We're just coming more stable into the chair as the opposite leg now is going to bend and come up for our pigeon or our number 4. So we have stability and alignment. Toes point forward, knee ankle alignment, knee hip. Bring that other hand underneath the knee, the opposite hand on the ankle. Let's just roll the shoulders back, sit tall, tuck in the abs, and have a couple of breaths here. And as we have a couple of breaths, maybe rock gently left and right, feeling those glute bones. One, of course, the knee that is bent and over the top is going to be more grounded or feel as if it's more grounded than the other. So we gently rock back and forth, trying to stabilize. And let's go ahead and start to release that, lengthen tall, either hands or interlaced fingers or a belt around that knee. Take a nice deep breath as we lengthen tall and exhale. Let's bring it in towards the chest, towards our midsection. And we're gonna inhale and release. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, release. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, release. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, squeeze in. And let's inhale, start to release that. We can keep that hand, same hand underneath that knee. Just adjusting to lengthen through the spine. Let's bring the hand around the ball of the foot and start moving through the ankle. Nice rotations here. Moving slow, breathing in and out of the nose. Keeping our attention on our breath. And let's rotate the opposite direction. And we're going to release that rotation. Let's draw the toes as much as we can towards the shin. Bring hand to ankle or hand to foot, whatever is your comfort. Let's roll those shoulders back. Just sit nice and tall. Contract those abs in. We know we're going to come with a flat back, hinging forward from the hips. Allow the heart to sink forward. You can adjust the hands here. Roll those shoulders back, lengthen and stack through our vertebrae as we come into our breath now. Inhale, feeling that expansion. And we exhale, releasing. Letting the heart sink closer to the leg. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, releasing. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, letting go. Last one. Inhale, expand. And we exhale, release. Let's gently start to bring ourselves all the way back up into our sitting position. Take a nice deep breath. Remember, we're going to take that opposite hand to knee, sit nice and tall. The other hand comes down, back, behind. And we're just gently twisting to our side, keeping those shoulders relaxed. We can always keep the gaze forward, to the side, or back behind us. Focusing on the breath here. And let's exhale. Start to release that all the way down. Coming forward here. As we come forward, let's start to bring the opposite knee, or the knee that we just finished, that leg we just finished, bring it into interlace fingers, and let's exhale towards the chest. And let's start to release that. Now, if we have a belt, we're fine. We're going to release that, sit tall, go ahead and bring the other hand out. We're going to draw towards the chest, and we're going to bring it into circles. So we're bringing it out to the side, sweeping back in. We exhale usually as we bring the knee towards us and out to the side, and try to inhale as we sweep forward down. Exhale, drawing up, out, back down, inhaling to center. Let's move that opposite direction. Inhale, exhale, back towards the heart and down. Inhale out, exhale, draw up and towards the center, bringing it down. Inhale, exhale, and all the way down, switching sides. Bring the hand underneath the leg. Remember, any kind of help, you can always bring a belt. And we're going to inhale, exhale, draw the knee up towards center, down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're going to switch. Let's exhale and inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and let's release on an exhale. All right, coming a little bit further back, we want to come into some chair poses. So remember, we're coming maybe this time all the way back, because we are going to hinge forward and still not use the back of the chair. So you can come all the way back. Let's check our knee ankle alignment and just make sure that the knees are passing our toes. Hands on the knees. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Draw the heart forward towards the knees. Let's press into the palms, into the soles of the feet, and inhale, lift the glutes. Slight extension here, and exhale, let's release back down. Lengthening back up as we inhale, roll those shoulders back. Exhale, hinge forward, heart forward, press down. Grounding as we inhale, lifting up. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, press through the soles. And let's keep it here for a moment. Nice flat back, hands are right above the knees. One more breath here. And start to hinge all the way up, taking our time all the way up. Let's roll those shoulders back. Let's have a few moments here. Remember, some of us are still sitting, and that is just fine. So those of us that are going to do standing positions, let's go ahead and take a moment and find hip width distance apart. Soften through those knees. Start to draw inward on the abs. And let's start to roll the shoulders forward up as we inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to roll them back and down. Inhale, forward up. And exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward up. And exhale, back and down. We're going to move the opposite direction. Let's inhale, squeeze back, scapulas, and then lift up. And exhale, forward, down. Inhale, squeeze back, lift up, and exhale, forward, down. Inhale, and exhale. All right, remember we can always do spinal balance in the chair. So spinal balance in the chair, we stabilize, we lift opposite or diagonal arm to leg, and we switch sides. Those of us deciding to do it up using the chair, just remember we're doing the same thing. Find a position that is safe and secure on your chair and not too much for your wrists. Keep the hip width distance apart, soften those knees, lengthen through the back. Let's inhale, tighten those abs, and lengthen into our spinal balance. Exhale, we tighten the core and we draw inward towards the spine. Moving to the other side, remember slow brings that stability and focus. Inhale. And exhale, tighten those abs, release. Inhale, nice slow motion. We want controlled moves. Exhale, contract the abs. Inhale, spinal balance. Exhale, contract the abs. Keep those knees soft. Most of the weight is into our feet for those of us standing. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, releasing as we draw those abs in. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, release. Soften those knees and start to gently hinge ourselves back up. As we hinge back up, maybe we come around to the back part of the chair because we want to come for our downward facing dog. So for our downward facing dog here, back of the chair, hip width distance apart, shoulder width distance apart. We're just hanging onto the chair and then slowly walking back. Keep those knees soft, walk back and keep aligned here from hips to ankle, toes point forward, until we can exhale and release the head between the arms. Let's keep the abs tucked in towards the spine as we breathe. Soft knees here. And as we've had 3 deep breaths, we're going to slowly start to walk back towards our chair, taking our time here. All the way back up to the chair. And as we're hip width distance apart, soften those knees. Let's take one foot and just step it back. So we keep aligned with our hips. We're stepping to the toes and the ball of that that foot that's behind us. We're going to bend our front knee and align it with our ankle. Let's go ahead and keep a hold of chair as we lift the heel behind us. Let's exhale and release the heel down into our mat or into the earth. Let's inhale, lift the heel, and exhale, press down into the earth. Inhale, lift the heel, and exhale, press down into the earth. Now as we press down into the earth, we're going to release that and start to lengthen through our other leg. Remember, we do have micro bend in the knees, so we don't completely lock them out and lose circulation. We're going to try and roll those shoulders back, lengthen all the way through the torso. Even as we hinge forward at the hips, we still keep a flat back, and we still roll the shoulders back and down. Now, if you're ready to release and balance into our pyramid, you could slowly maybe release one hand, or maybe release both hands. And you can start to lengthen the body so that it's now vertical. And you're pressing evenly between our feet and hips and legs. You could bring hands to hips for a moment, roll those shoulders back. You could even bring it into cactus arms here if we have some good balance going on. Palms point forward, hinging at the elbows that align with our shoulders as we keep those abs tight. Let's go ahead and release that and draw ourselves forward. We're going to hinge at that knee and bring ourselves back up. Take a nice deep breath. Let's take a moment to just walk it out. Maybe hands on hips here, bending each knee, moving left and right so that we feel that sway of weight moving from left to right. And when we're ready, let's take our chair again, and it's the opposite leg this time. We're going to stabilize in the foot in front of us and start to bring back the other foot. Remember, all toes point forward, and we are hip width distance apart here. My heel is lifted, my toes and ball of the feet are into the ground, and my front knee is bent right above my ankle. We have a nice flat back, and we're going to exhale, release the heel. Inhale, let's lift it back up. Exhale, release the heel all the way back down to the earth. Or as best we can, inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, release down. Now from here, we're going to keep the heel grounded. Let's start to lengthen through that front leg, coming to our pyramid. And right now we're hinging at the hips. We still have that flat back, hands on our chair in front of us. And now you can decide, do you want to let go of one hand maybe? Maybe taking turns, letting go of each a hand. Or we can gently, remember, micro bend in the knees. So we use those quad muscles to lift ourselves and our ab muscles to lift back up. Here we can bring our arms out to the side, roll the shoulders back. Or we can bring it all the way into our cactus arms, palms face forward, hinging at the shoulders and elbows here as we find alignment between the shoulders and elbows. Nice deep breaths. It always helps to have a focal point to stare at to help with our balance and our breath. Let's go ahead and start to release that. We're going to bring those hands forward again, hinging. Again, a nice deep breath. Let's exhale, soften, bend that front knee, and step it forward. Let's take a moment to walk it out. All right, for those of us still standing, we're going to take a few positions in Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. So here we will have the chair close to us. Warrior 1, we step a foot forward. We soften that knee, we align it with the ankle. The other one, hip width distance apart, we're just going to gently bring that heel and that foot out at an angle here. Our hips are going to be forward facing. Remember, more challenging, all you have to do to make this exercise more challenging is spread these legs further apart, but you don't have to. It's just an option. So I only have about 1.5 feet maybe between my feet. Let's go ahead and find balance for a moment as the hips are forward. And when you're ready, you can bring one or both arms up for our Warrior 1. Nice deep breaths. Feeling grounded in the feet evenly. Feeling the abs tuck in and lengthen up through the crown, as well as our arms and fingertips. And let's go ahead exhale, we're going to release that. So the front knee that is bent, we're going to take the opposite arm and bring it up. And then we're going to exhale and do that lateral flexion towards that knee that is bent, towards the same side as that knee is bent. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen back up, and exhale, release. Now keeping in the same position, bring hands to hips. We're simply opening our hips to the side. My feet have not changed. Now if I'm going to check my front knee, and that's what we all need to do, is check our front knee to make sure it didn't move inward with us, that it still aligns with that ankle, and our hips now have shifted. We're going to bring one arm out in front of us and the other arm behind us for our warrior two. While we are in warrior two, let's make stop sign hands here. As we have stop sign hands, we're going to inhale, hinge forward at the hips, and then exhale, hinge back at the hips. So our legs aren't moving, our hips aren't moving. We're just moving from forward hinging to back hinging. And using the breath here, so maybe inhale forward, and exhale, moving back. Let's go ahead and release that. As we release that, allow the hips to move back forward facing. Step the other foot forward, and we're going to come to the other side. So either bringing the chair to one side or the other. Finding that hip width distance apart, close enough to the chair, you can always use it to stabilize. Step that opposite foot forward. And it's just maybe about a foot in front of us. Soften the knee, align. Take that other leg and just simply start to bring it out. Start to have it out at an angle. And this leg, the one behind us, is lengthened, but we have a micro bend in the knee. The one in front of us has a bent knee. Hands to hips, and we're shifting those hips forward facing as if we're gonna walk forward. Let's go ahead and inhale, bringing either one or both arms up. You could always keep a hand either on a wall or on a chair. If you're ready to balance with both, drawing all the way up, tighten those abs and press down through the soles of the feet here as we feel grounded to the earth. One more breath here. And let's exhale, bringing the arms down. Now the leg with the bent knee, we could keep that hand on that chair. We're going to inhale, opposite arm up. And then lateral flexion, we're going to exhale and stretch it over to that side with the bent knee, same direction. And let's go ahead and lift it back up. And let's exhale, release that. Now as we release that, hands back on hips. We're just simply opening the hips to our side. Now as we do, check in with that front knee. It has a tendency to move in with the hips. And then once you have it stabilized above the ankle, bring one arm forward, one arm back. And we're going to bring our gaze over the front fingertips. Let's go ahead and bring stop sign hands again. We're going to do give and receive with our breath. So let's inhale, drawing ourselves forward, giving, and exhale, drawing ourselves back as we receive. Inhale. We're now going to receive forward. Exhale, drawing back for giving. And again, inhale forward. Hinge at the hips, and exhale, moving back with the torso. Let's go ahead and release that all the way down. Bring those hips forward facing, step it forward. Walking it out here for a moment. And let's go ahead and open up through the legs. About shoulder width distance apart, maybe greater, it depends on you. Soften those knees, plant those feet into the ground and the toes point forward. Hands on hips, lengthen all the way through. We're going to hinge at the hips as the glutes draw back. Remember, we have soft knees and a flat back. We're then going to bend one knee, move the hips to that side as we lengthen the opposite leg. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So right now I'm just hinging forward with a nice flat back as I hinge from one side, bent knee, to the other side, bent knee. One more time. Exhale, hinge back to the side and bend the knee. Let's go ahead and come back to center here. I'm still hinged forward, and let's gently bring it all the way back up. Inhale. And let's exhale, this time just hinging to the side, not moving back. So we're just hinging to the side now, and we lift back up to center, and we exhale to the opposite side. So this time our legs are staying fairly lengthened. We do have micro bent knees. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to move forward, so tighten those abs. Let's inhale, press forward, tighten those glutes, keep the knees soft all the way over to the opposite side as we exhale. Let's inhale, forward again, tighten glutes, tighten abs, exhale to a side. Inhale, forward. And this time, let's exhale, hinge forward, soften those knees, let the back be flat as we move back to the side. We're making full circles. Inhale, forward, like we're doing a hula hoop. Exhale, moving back. One more time. Inhale, forward, and exhale, moving back. Let's start to move to the other side. And as we lengthen back up, we're going to inhale forward and exhale, roll it back. Remember, knees are soft. Moving to the side, inhale, press the hips forward, keep those abs tight, and exhale, move it back. Inhale, forward, and exhale, move it back. Let's go ahead and start to lengthen all the way back up. We want to come back to our chair. So those of us who are coming back to the chair, come all the way into our chair, feeling stable here. And here you can grab a blocker ball once again. We are going to do a little bit more leg lifts. So squeezing those inner thighs, sitting tall. Let's inhale, bring both arms and legs up. And exhale, sweep slowly down. Inhale, lift forward and up. Exhale, sweep back down slowly to our sides. Inhale, lifting forward up. And exhale, this time widen out those shoulders as we release the feet. Try and draw those arms back, all the way back and down. So we're making full circles with our arms. Inhale, forward up. And exhale, reach back and down. We're going to move the opposite way. Let's inhale, bring it back, lift the legs, draw up, and exhale, forward, down, all the way to the floor. Inhale, squeeze back and up. Exhale, forward, down. Inhale, squeeze back and up. And exhale, forward, down. Let's grab a hold of the knees. Let's make sure our feet are firmly planted, toes point forward. Exhale into cat pose, navel to spine, chin to chest. Let's inhale, draw it forward, roll those shoulders back, press the heart forward, bring the gaze up. Exhale, remember we have an option to also sit up with that one. Cat. Inhale, cow. Option to either hinge forward, draw the heart forward, gaze up. Exhale, cat. And inhale, option for cow. Lengthen tall, roll those shoulders back, lift through the heart and gaze. Exhale, cat. Let's go and release that block or ball. Heel, toe, open legs. We're finding that alignment, knee, ankle, toes point out. Let's take a nice deep breath. We're going to come into circle. So we're just going to exhale, heart to the knee. And then we're going to inhale, sweep to the other knee. And let's exhale, lifting back up. Big circle, bring it all the way back down to that knee. Inhale, sweep over to the other knee. All the way back up as we start to exhale, lengthen through the spine, down to the knee. Inhale, sweep forward To the other knee. Exhale. Let's lift all the way up. Roll those shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in. Feeling full body expansion. And we're going to exhale. Now sweeping to the opposite knee. Then inhale forward to the next knee. And exhale as we move through center. Lengthen the spine. Hinge forward, down. Inhale. Nice big circle. Exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Let's lengthen tall. Let's go ahead and inhale. Open our arms out. Expand through the heart. Let's exhale. Give ourselves a hug. Squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Really squeeze tight here. And inhale. Remember which arm was on top. Opposite arm. Exhale. Squeeze. Giving yourself a hug as well as squeezing shoulders up to the ears. Release. Let's inhale. And just exhale. Rotate palms back down to the knees. Let's heel toe back together. All right, so we are getting ready for Shavasana here, and we're going to start with a breath. So let's get comfortable, whether we're sitting or lying down. And we're going to start off with our box breath. So we're going to inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Now bringing a hand over the heart, a hand over the sacral, low and mid dantian, closing the eyes, focusing on the breath as we feel the breath again expand through the belly. And exhale, releasing. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, letting go. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, letting go. Starting to relax, release the mind, the body. And just focus on your breath, moving the breath in and out of the nose. In today's meditation, we let go of the perception of lack, and we choose the perception of abundance. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling lack and exhale abundance. Inhale abundance and exhale plentitude. Inhale receiving and exhale giving. Being aware of our breath as we relax in the infinite space of your heart and allow yourself to receive. As we meditate today, hold yourself in loving awareness and let your heart receive. Many of us were taught that it is better to give than receive. And we may have interpreted this to mean we should keep giving of ourselves even at the expense of our physical, mental, and emotional health. But we can only give love in relationships we have it available within us. That means we need to take care of ourselves first. We need to support, nurture our body, our mind, and our heart so that love can flow fully in all aspects of our life. Giving and receiving are just different aspects of the same flow of energy in the universe. Just as every exhalation depends upon an inhalation, the flow of love in our lives depends on our ability to receive and to take care of ourselves. Take a moment and feel what it feels like to receive a compliment, a gift, or a helping hand. Do you accept with ease? Do you accept with gratitude? Or do you find yourself blocking incoming positivity and support? If you have trouble accepting, where do you think this stems from? How can you begin to embrace these extensions of love? Can we release some of those blocks, some of that tension that we might feel from past experiences of receiving? And just allow ourselves to be grateful, full of gratitude, and allow ourselves to receive. Inhaling, receiving, exhaling, giving, allowing this flow of receiving and giving. feeling abundant within this flow. Even allowing yourselves to take a moment and release lack and begin to fill that lack with plentitude, abundance. And think of this as the flow of breath, giving, receiving, inhaling, exhaling. And allow it to come freely, without tension or holding back or holding in. Sarvatva Nama. Sarvatva Nama. I open my awareness to the wholeness of life. I open my awareness to the wholeness of life. And now taking a moment as we start to reawaken and bring awareness back. Let's start to bring our hands back to our heart, our sacral, low and mid dantian. Take a few deep breaths here as we awaken back to awareness in our surroundings. One more breath. Feeling abundant, feeling centered, feeling balanced here. As we start to maybe open the eyes and start to move our fingers, our toes, maybe our head, and just bring movement back to the body here. Maybe even stretching out, lengthening, tightening, contracting, and releasing. And then when you're ready, coming to our side and fetal position. And coming all the way up. So today we had Asteya, non-stealing, trying to keep in check our desires and cravings for artificial wants and needs. The need to steal only arises when we have lack of faith in ourselves. The sense of lack in life is when desire, want, and greed arises. We begin to look for something to fill that empty sensation inside of us. And often we feel as though everyone else has what we want. So we practice abundance. We rejoice in the way things are right now. And we live in our present moment. This is living in true spirit of Asteya. When we realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to us. Thank you and namaste. Hello, Sharon. Nice to see you today. Annie, it was good to see you too. Hi, Mary. Looks like we have shorter list of people today, but thank you for joining me on Friday. We'll see you on Monday at 2 p.m., Wednesday at 2 p.m., and Friday at 1 p.m. Have a good weekend.